Hello everybody, welcome to another NASCAR Ep.5 career mode video. I know it's been a really long time since I posted one of these. I've been caught up with school and general life. But we are back and we're going to Atlanta for the Vet-Tix Camping World 200. Obviously at Atlanta, this is 32 laps. Huge purse of $50,000, especially for a truck race. We already have one win in our career at the first race in Daytona. Struggled a little bit last race. Hopefully to come back and destroy in Atlanta. So we get our practice done, and we do only do 2 laps, and we finish our goal on the first lap. So this should be a pretty promising race, as we're going to get straight into qualifying. So coming out of the pit, we're really going to get going here, as we come around turn 4, as we are going to start our qualifying lap. It's really wide open here at this track. It's basically the new Atlanta, full speed ahead, no lifting at all, especially on new tires, although that does destroy your tires a little bit. So if you get into a long run, you are going to need to lift a little bit to keep your tires safe. But right now, new Atlanta super speedway style, huge draft and no lifting at this track, as we're going to come around turn 4, go really almost hit the grass there, and we are going to qualify with a 39.44, and that'll be good enough for a great result, better than I was expecting, an 11th place result. Starting behind Grant Enfinger in that Thor Sport truck. We're starting in 9th, actually, so we'll have to see what our stories for today are. So first, Sheldon Creed is extremely fast. He's probably sitting on pole. I didn't really check. Johnny Sauter failed pre-race inspection, so he's going to the back. And Spencer Boyd changed his engine after qualifying, so he is also going to the back. Both of them starting in front of me, as we're going to come out of turn 4, going down towards the Geico restart zone. We are green here in Atlanta for the first stage. Really trying to get down, we're going to try to get down the inside of Enfinger and Todd Gilliland down into turns 1 and 2, and we do achieve that, going down the inside of Riley Herbst in that 51 Kyle Busch Motorsports car, and we're getting a huge run down the inside. We're going to go below the yellow line. This is completely illegal, as we're down all the way up into the 3rd already, as we pass Stuart Friesen and Tyler Ankrum. I believe that was also around the inside of Austin Hill. Already looking for the lead from our teammate of Sheldon Creed, and we are going to get it. Sheldon, we are now in the lead, taking the lead on the first lap of the race, starting back all the way from 9th. What an amazing restart we just had. Coming out of turn 4, we are going to lead our first lap of the race and the first lap of the race. Probably one of the greatest restarts I have ever seen. What a restart. Now I'm just looking forward to coming out of turn, but no, we slapped the wall coming out of turn 2, as we're going to try to stay ahead of Sheldon Creed going down the backstretch. Even with the loss of momentum, we are going to be able to stay ahead, and we really send it into turns 1 and 2 here. Or 3 and 4, I should say, as they're too wide behind us. Can't tell who's side by side with Sheldon Creed, but I believe he is keeping his position, as we're going to skip to lap 4 of the race. Nothing has changed so far, and we are still leading the race. Our tires, I believe, are struggling a little bit, though, as we're going to wash up the track, and Sheldon Creed's going to go down our inside. We're going to lose positions. Sheldon Creed's going to get by us, and we're going to try to get the draft off of him. Our tires are struggling a little bit as I get through a quick check, as we are going to try to send it down the inside, but no, he's way too fast on the top side as we get extremely loose, going through turns 3 and 4, and now that's Austin Hill, I believe, in our mirror. That's going to go by us, so he's going to throw a huge block, and we are going to block him off from passing us. And now Grant Enfinger trying to give us a little bit of a push to get by, coming out of turns 3 and 4 now, and we are going to actually do get past Austin Hill, but we are going to have to really defend from Grant Enfinger before the end of this stage, as we are really trying to maybe even catch up to Sheldon Creed, and we are going to get loose off the front bumper of Grant Enfinger and go into the grass a little bit. We do keep our position. It's going to allow Austin Hill to go down the inside of Grant Enfinger, and we're going to get super loose. We're really loose, and our tires are really struggling. That front right tire is all the way down to 40% already. Austin Hill side by side with Grant Enfinger, as we are going to get, and he's going to go down the inside of us now, as we're going to be past 3 wide for the 2nd place, and we are going to get passed by both Enfinger and Hill, but that'll be the end of the stage. I could not find what happened, but a interesting result as we get past both drivers behind us, past us on the last lap of the stage, coincidentally, and we are going to go no fuel. We are fine on, well, half can of fuel 4 tires because our tires are really struggling. And we do move up 1 position as Grant Infiger probably took at least a can of fuel to be able to make us go ahead of him. As I'm coming out of turn 4, we are green for stage 2 here in Atlanta. Hopefully we get such a good restart as last time. And we're going to go down the inside of both Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed, and we are going to get past him, both of them, and into the lead going into turns 1 and 2, and they're 3 wide behind us. I believe that is Grant Infiger battling Sheldon Creed. Behind us is Austin Hill. He's already way behind us, as we can get super close to that wall, trying to get as much momentum as possible off the end of the corner, and we are going to succeed in doing that. Coming out of turn 4, we are still even gaining on Sheldon Creed, our teammate behind us, and pulling away. This is something I never thought I'd see. We are pulling away from another driver in this series. I didn't think we had the talent for that, but we do, as we are going to get coming out of turn 2 and be the leader. Going through turns 3 and 4, no issues with the tires that I can feel yet, although we do hit that little apron and we do get loose through turns 3 and 4, and that'll allow Sheldon Creed to catch up to us, but it won't be another few laps before he actually does. And it's not even him. That is Todd Gilliland behind us. And on lap 5 of this race, we are going to get passed side by side for the lead with, I believe this is Todd Gilliland. I can't really tell right now in the mirror, but side by side, he is going to go down our inside. So is Sheldon Creed. And Austin Hill's right behind us. It is Todd Gilliland. He's taking the lead of the race. Sheldon Creed down the side. We make contact side by side. We're really... And Austin Hill, great move at the outside. Almost touching the wall. We almost made contact with him. And he's going to get by us as we're battling hard with Sheldon Creed for 3rd place. But he's going to make contact with him again. He gets loose. And Grant Infiger is going to give us a huge push coming out of turn 2. But we have lost 3 positions already, down to 4th place. What a turn of events there, as our tires have already started to fall off. And now we're just trying to use the draft to our advantage to get back up to Austin Hill. And it is working as we're going down the inside, down the front straightaway. And we are going to be to his quarter panel and side by side with Austin Hill going into turns 1 and 2. Through turns 1 as we're going to get on the apron, get loose. That's going to allow Austin Hill to go a little bit of a switchback down the inside, and we'll make contact side by side. Side drafting Austin Hill, trying to get by him. Huge side draft effect at this track, and it's going to be the end of the stage before we can get by him. And that will again end the stage early, and we are going to finish in 4th once again on this stage. We really need to work on that tire wear. I think I know a way that we can do it. We're going to get 1.5 cans of fuel and make it to the end. 4 tires, no repair. No repair needed. We've driven a pretty clean race, except for making a bunch of contact with Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill, but not too much to make it affect our car at all. So no pit. We gained 2 positions up to 2nd, side by side with Todd Gilliland coming out of turn 4, coming to Geico restart zone. We are green for the final stage here in Atlanta, hoping to get another great restart, except off the top this time. And we do, clearing Todd Gilliland going into turns 1 and 2, as we are going to again take the lead right off the restart in this race, and going through turns 1 and 2 pretty cleanly this time, not hitting the apron at all or hitting the wall coming out, as you're going to get very close though. As I can look in my rear view mirror, and they are still back there, not really catching up to us at all in this first part of the race, as we get on the apron a lot and get loose, really loose out of turn 4, but not going to affect us much at all, as we have 12 laps remaining in this race. So much time for those trucks behind us to gain on our slower long-term truck, as we really slap the wall coming through turns 2, just turn 2, not turns 2, as now that's going to be Todd Gilliland. Look down the inside, but we throw a block on him, and our tires are not worn enough yet that he's going to be able to cleanly pass us without any issue, and I know we can stay ahead of him. Okay, going to now 11 laps to go. It's only been a lap, and it feels like it's been 3 already, and it's taking forever as they're almost 3 wide behind us, if I can see correctly. But no, Todd Gilliland comes out in front, as he's going to really get a huge run out of turn 2 and really try to catch up to us and send it down the inside of us through turns 3 and 4, and he is going to make contact with us and get by us and so does Austin Hill, as we're trying to block off everybody else. And I believe that is our teammate of Sheldon Creed in our mirror. And our de facto pushing partner this entire race, Grant Infinger, behind us. And he was going to push us to try to get us back up to Austin Hill and Todd Gilliland. Nothing happening yet, though, as we do get the draft partner notification. He has passed Sheldon Creed, and we are going to have to struggle on our own without any help because he is not going to be able to get up to us, and they're too wide behind us. And there's another caution, and there are a few pit stops happening, including the driver in front of us, Austin Hill. I'm going to skip right by that. We are going to take that second position. I'm not worried about tires. I'm worried about winning this race. Coming out of turn 4, we are green for the second time here in stage 3. Hopefully that is the last restart of the race, because I didn't need to have any other issues with these tires. We have 7 laps to go. We take the lead again from Todd Gilliland off the top lane, but we only have almost 60% on that front right tire. We won't have enough to make it if I don't start tire saving soon. Now, through turn 3, I am going to start lifting off a little bit going into these corners, so I don't lose even more of our tire wear than we already have. 6 laps to go still. And as you can see in that speedometer down there, I am lifting off a little bit. There's the lift off right there through these corners. And we are staying ahead, which I'm extremely surprised about. I thought we'd be dropping like a rock by now. But we are still continuing ahead. And we're going to keep lifting off so we don't destroy these tires. And down to almost 40% now. Only a few laps to go. This is going to be a struggle with these tires until the end of the race. Now, skipping to 3 laps to go instead of 4. Nothing happened that entire lap except for more tire saving. Now we're kind of level. We can afford 10% of tire wear on that front right tire, and that is it. We don't have anything left on these tires. We're going to get that tire indicator soon for 20%. I'm not worried about the laps. I'm worried about those tires. These tires keep dwindling and keep dwindling, as now we're down to 20%. But we are coming to 2 laps to go. Todd Gilliland almost nowhere in sight. 2 laps to go for a second win of the season. But we might have an issue with these tires. Lifting off so much, try to keep these tires alive. So, 5 laps of fuel, that's not an issue unless there's overtime, but we will pit anyway. 17% on that front right tire. This is a race against the tires, not anybody else on the track, as we're going to lift off even more going into turn 3 and 4. Trying to keep that up for one last lap. Coming out of turn 4, here's Todd Gilliland in our rear view mirror, 0.2 of a second behind, and he's right on our bumper now. There's the tire indicator, and he's on our bumper. Going to the outside of turns 1 and 2, and he is starting to speed up. He's taking up that speed that we have lost, and we have 9% on that front right tire, and he's coming for us down the backstretch. Knowing this game, he's going to get a huge run at turn 4, and he's taking the outside line almost to our rear quarter panel. This is going to end up being a huge close finish, as we're going to hit the apron, come up top. We're going to block off Todd Gilliland, and we are going to win our second race of the season here in Atlanta. Only in the 3rd race of the season, we are actually going to win, and what a huge win for the team. This was never expected out of us, but we are already 2 wins into this 3 races. I can't even speak. I'm so shocked that we were able to hold off Todd Gilliland on that last lap. With 2 laps to go, he was nowhere to be seen, but our truck has so much tire fall off that we couldn't even keep him up for another lap. If there was one more lap, our tires would have been dead, and he would have won the race. Luckily, we survived, and we're gonna do our famous. We weren't able to do it in full at Daytona, but we're doing our famous full speed Polish victory lap. Almost made contact with the wall. That would have been terrible for our team. They would have been mad at us. But we are going to go full speed, no slow Polish victory lap, waving at the fans. We are going full speed backwards around this track. Probably not the safest. I don't really care. What a race this was. I can't even believe how on that last lap of the race, we held off the hard charging Todd Gilliland. And he had a very good chance to win that race. If, again, like I said, there was another lap And coming down the front stretch again backwards, we are going to send this into a full spin. Hopefully not too much speed, but we are going to make contact with Mike Harmon. He's not going to be too happy with that. But what a race. Let's see the finishing results. So obviously I'm in first. Todd Gilliland not too far behind us, only a 10th behind us. Sheldon Creed a little bit further back. And our race earnings, I mentioned that $50,000 pot before, but we only get $30,000 of that because the GMS takes some of it. And we have 2 wins on the season, but we are only in 4th place in the standings. But that may change later in the season if we keep having runs like we did today. Matt Crafton behind us. I mean, ThorSport is dominating this season with Grant Infinger in first of the entire standings. And there's our great generic trophy in victory lane. But I don't care. We have won another race in this season. This is a breakout year for us, just as last year was in our first championship. And Sheldon Creed with the fastest lap. He was leading at that time. We led 18 laps in that race, combined in first, second, and third stage. Johnny Sauter on the move. He started 31st and finished in 6th. Remember, we saw him go to the back earlier in the race. Stuart Friesen started in 5th in front of us and finished in 32nd. Basically swapped places with Johnny Sauter. What a race. Going back to the garage. Let's see if we have our well-deserved momentum. Finished first. Gained 32 fans only from that winning a race. Now to 493 fans. Way more than subscriber count. Subscribe now. And Stuart Friesen is complimenting us on a great win, but he was all the way in the back. Austin Hill says we need to be more careful. I agree. I apologize to him. But Todd Gilliland, we were really racing him at the end there. I am not taking that from him. We are going to provoke him, maybe make our first rival, and we have our first momentum of the season in this 3rd race. Now let's see where we're going to next week before we end this episode. And we are going to Homestead, Miami, one of my worst tracks, but we're going to have to struggle through it because that'll be the end of the episode, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.